Hello, 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 hello. Another week, another property of the week on Bad Seed Bryden channel. I've delayed this video slightly. I was waiting for feedback from the people who viewed my house. I was hoping I was going to have good news to share. The final two, the second viewings, there were a couple, I can't say anything about them. They just were really, really negative about my house, and wanted a massive price reduction. And really sorry, I think they just couldn't afford the house. I think they really wanted it. They just couldn't afford it, which is hard, crazy world for young people now. I've got kids, so I do understand that myself. The second viewing, the feedback I got was, love the plot, love the house, love, 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 love. And then the agent went back to them to ask if they wanted to make an offer. And they said, do you know what? We probably haven't seen enough properties. We're going to see some more properties. Oy vey already. There is someone who has said they intend to buy my house, but they've been saying that since October, and the only thing that's stopping them is them finding a buyer for their own house. So, wait and see. All right, enough about me. This week's property is a property in Lower Normandy, Km 3 bedrooms. I won't say too much. Let's jump straight in. I think it's a great property with one drawback. If you can live with the drawback on this property and don't mind a little bit of renovation, I think this is an absolute peach. Here it is. Okay, first things first. So this property I found on the ORPI.com website, and it's brought to market by agency Foch Immobilier. Location-wise, we are, I believe, 15 kilometers west of Alençon. You can see just north there of Le Mans, and we are just to the east of my normal search area, the Avranches Mayenne Square. This is our property. You can see it's a traditional stone built property. Looks to me that it was 2 residences at one point, and I think if you look at it, you can see it's probably more habitable the further to the right of the property you go, and the further to the left, the level of renovation increases. The agent recognises that this property needs work, but says that the walls and the roof are in good order. We have a couple of pictures of the communal living space. You can see this room here, quite a low, I think that's a false ceiling. I think that needs to come out. That big beam, that needs sandblasting or taken back to wood. We've got a nice fireplace. We've got stairs leading upstairs, and you can just see in this other picture here, there is a door which I think leads onto the kitchen. Unfortunately, we don't have any pictures of the kitchen, but judging by the remainder of the house, I think it's going to be bare. We have this picture of the shower room. There's a radiator down in that bottom left-hand corner. I think the property has central heating throughout. State of the walls need decorating. Looking to the right of the shower, I don't think there's probably a 90-degree wall in the property, but it's that type of house. Looking at the ceiling, I think we're probably needing first phase rewiring throughout. And again, in the UK, we would call those, I think, polystyrene tiles. They're illegal now in the UK. They've got to go. Also, it's more work here than I thought. We've got a picture here of the cellar, which looks a good size. Those walls, I think, look dry. You've got the steel and, again, what we call in the UK block and beam, which is the ceiling of the roof of the cellar, the floor of whichever room that's above. Again, it all looks very sound. Then there's a couple of other pictures here. I don't know what the large grey object on the left is. And then looking at this picture, this is going to show my ignorance. But what's that? It's obviously heating of some sort. Don't think this is oil-fired central heating. Someone, please enlighten me. What is this? Next, we have a few pictures of what I think are the 3 bedrooms. Again, totally requiring decoration throughout, but central heating, and it looks like we've got new replacement wooden frame windows. Can't tell whether they're single or double glazed, but they look to be to a good standard. We've got some photos here of the exterior of the property, and I think this substantiates what I'm saying about the further to the left of the property you come, the more work is required. So obviously windows, be a lovely feature, those old double doors, and they get that replaced with glass double doors. You can see the metal fence, which I think at one point would have separated the 2 properties. And I'm assuming these 2 pictures, the next 2 pictures, are of work required behind that corrugated iron. Carrying on outside the property, we've got some pictures of the land. So you can see it's a little bit hilly, sloping down there, but it's nice mature trees. And crossing this property, it has its own stream. Possible red flag in as much as, in worst case scenario, how much does this rise? But that's actually high on my wish list, is a property with its own water source. Back inside, we've got this, what looks like gorgeous length of the building loft. You can see That's been recent work. That looks totally watertight to me. The beams, I've got no concern there about, infestation in the wood. Needs insulation, but wow, what a great space. You could do so much with that. I'm seeing a wet room down the far end, going on to another bedroom, the hall landing, and probably another room towards the camera as well. So I did say in the introduction that this property does have a drawback, and you can see the property is on a road. There's a medium-sized hedge separating it from the road. But what are we? I think the front door 20 meters from the road, and as we pull back, it's not single carriageway on the near side of the road. That appears to me to be dual carriageway. So you've got vehicles traveling at speed past this property. I'm trying to figure out here whether or not it's on a junction. I think it is, but I think for a lot of people that's going to be cause for consideration. And then finally, we've got this picture again. I'm assuming that this is the attached land also. The property also benefits from some outbuildings. It's described as having a garage and an old stables. In addition to that, large attic. Sits on a parcel of 9,860 square meters of enclosed land, all of which crossed by its own stream. The price. 4-room property in stone and tile, 104 square meters, gorgeous loft to go into. The part on the left requiring major renovation. Yours for the princely sum of €78,500. That's going to equate to £66,000. Unbelievable. 80,000 US dollars, 116,000 Canadian, or 130,000 Australian. I don't know if I'm wrong about this one. The road is obviously an issue. 10,000 vehicles a day. That's a busy road. 20 meters from your front door. For a lot of people, I think that's a deal breaker, and perhaps rightly so. Obviously, you've got the noise factor, but also the pollution. There's an associated health risk. It's going to damage your property. The thing that concerns me about living near a road like that, you never know what the plan is for the future. Who's to say 2 weeks after you sign on the dotted line that the local administration decide to extend that to 5-lane superhighway? You don't know. Maybe there's a little more renovation there than I thought. And I think without seeing all of the parcel of land, that bit at the back is obviously banked. We're all looking for a flat area. I don't know. I think maybe I'm being swayed by the loft. The loft, just that one picture alone, literally, I'd move in and just live in the loft. But what do I know? Crazy Englishman. Right. That's it for this week. Please comment what you think of the property. Feel free to like, subscribe, what have you. Thank you for watching if you got this far. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time.